Hello everybody, in this video we're going to be doing another unboxing from HK Now store. What I think is in here is an Alpha CC and another Whitlong type C4 because I ordered one from Whit Eden and one from HK Now store, so one of them would get here sooner than the other. So let's just open this up. Okay, so here is the Whit Eden cube, and here are the stickers for it. Here's the box. Just get those out of the way. And what is this? Oh, I remember seeing something on somebody else's review of this cube where they said that there was more pieces in a bag, so I guess this is what it is. And Exosia actually told me that you have to put these in to make it really, really good. And I'm not sure exactly how to put these in yet or how to screw them in. We'll see. It seems like a pretty light cube, so I don't think the extra screws are really gonna, affect anything. So what do we got here? Here's the box. I rip my boxes. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, don't rip your box, but I just throw all the boxes away. So I can't read a word on this. That's okay. What do we got here? What's inside this thing? I've never seen one this detailed before. Oh look, here's all the OLLs. Crazy. You know what? I'm actually going to keep that. And now for the cube itself. Oh, here's something else inside here. A card. And it has a ruler. I don't understand why these cubes come with cards. Well, here's a bunch of algorithms. These are PLLs. Huh. Cool. And this bag, I think, is just a, I don't know. It feels like hemp, to be honest. Okay, so on with the cube. Wow, that is really, really light. I thought the Whit Eden one was really, really light, but this is really light. And look at how small it is. It's probably the same size as an Alpha 5. Yeah, and I'm right. It is exactly the same size as an Alpha 5 on the left here. Okay, so let's go on with first turns. Well, it's actually really, really smooth. Wow, you can really see like these corner pieces are small. Like it looks really weird because these edge pieces aren't perfectly square. I mean, the center is perfectly square, although it's kind of rounded, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be good for corner cutting. And these ones are perfectly square as well, the corners, but these edge pieces definitely are not. That's quite interesting. So it looks like they just cut down the cube, by a couple of millimeters on each side to reduce the size of it. I wonder if that's going to affect putting stickers on it or not. Okay, so one thing I'm really, really interested about this cube is to check out the corner cutting. So I'm going to just go a little bit like this. Oh, wow, that's so effortless. Go 45 degrees. I can go really slow when it's easy. Okay, I do see a little bit of a lock up there. Can you guys see that? Basically, if this edge touches this side of this corner, it locks up underneath it. And it seems to be pretty loose. I mean, this, we'll see. I'm going to, take it apart and put these pieces in and tension it. Yeah, I got to really work on this thing. I mean, it feels nice. Definitely feels nice. I've been wondering about this cube for a while, so I am going to actually go right now and I'm going to Lubix it. Lube the core, take it all apart, put all of this stuff together. I don't know what this is. Maybe we'll figure that out. Alright guys, I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I've had this cube for about a week now. I've done a whole bunch of averages. I've tensioned it, I've lubed it, I've added those little screws. I'll show you that in a second. And I've even brought it to a cube meet and got some opinions from some other really fast cubers as well, such as AVGDI. He's pretty quick. And my opinions are pretty matched with other people's opinions on this, which is that it's not bad, but it's definitely not great. I would not use this as my speed cube. I think it is a step up from the Alpha 5. It's the same size. It's pretty small. One thing that I mentioned before is that these edge pieces aren't perfectly square, and you can see that by these stickers. And I don't know why, but it kind of bothers me that they're not. I would have preferred to have a cube with all the same, proportional stuff so we can actually interchange stickers, because now if I wanted to get stickers, I would have to cut them to size. Somebody said, why don't you go to CubeSmith and get those mini 3x3 stickers, which are probably about this big here on these corner pieces, and then sticker your whole cube with those. And the reason I would want to resticker it is because I like using half brights. And I could do that, but then there would be so much space in between the stickers because this sticker here is a regular size one. So it would just create a lot of space, and I don't know, I'm pretty particular about making my cubes look the way I want to look. But if those things don't bother you, then that shouldn't be a problem at all. So the cube was a little bit finicky when it came to getting my right tensions, and there's not really a lot of places to lube this cube at all. So it was a little bit tricky to get it working the way that I like it to work. However, it's definitely, like I said, it's not going to be my main speed cube or anything like that, but it is speed cube worthy. As you can see, algorithms can flow on it. I don't know why I always do a T-perm. Do you guys ever notice that? I'll do a different one here. N-perm. I just learned this one from Exosha, actually. It's a really good perm. It's really long, but it flows. I wish I could get a little bit faster. Anyways, so the corner cutting on this cube too is it's not super great. I mean, like, you definitely can't cut 45 degrees. But like I said in my last video, who really needs to cut 45 degrees? It's really good that die-ion cubes can. Why not? But it's not necessary at all. And same with corner cutting. Like, let's see how far over I can corner cut. Well, it's not really necessary because how often do you really cut that far backwards? You know, it can cut a little bit backwards for sure, and it can cut a little bit forwards for sure. And that's all I really need. However, before I tension this, it could cut, you know, more, and it could reverse cut more. But the turning was off because the tension was so loose, and the popping happened a lot more. In fact, I don't even think this thing has popped really. The only thing that really pops on this cube are these pieces here, because there are multiple pieces to an edge piece, and these caps can come off sometimes, but the edge piece is still intact, sitting in there, as you can see. Speaking of the edge pieces, I'm going to show you what I did to them. So here's an edge piece here, and as you can see right through this thing, and it comes apart just like this. And you can see that there is a screw here. There's also a screw inside there, right inside there. And it didn't come with screws, and it didn't come with this. It basically just looked like this with all these pieces out. Those were extra pieces. Now you can use the cube in this configuration. You can just throw this edge back in the cube and start using it. But the screws actually add a bit of weight, and I find that these corner stocks here actually add a bit of stability to it. So the way this works is you grab a screw and you put it inside the corner stock, and then you screw it in. I've never ever seen a mechanism quite like this before. Now you can actually break these if you screw it in too far. So as soon as you feel the tension, you gotta stop. So now that this is in, there's two little pegs that stick out of it, and there's two little holes in here, and basically you got to fit them together just like that. Now you got to screw that one in using the other one. So you go in from this angle. I know it's hard to see, but if you have one of these or you're planning to get one, you will see how it's done very, very easily. A lot of the time I like to use white cubes for demonstration purposes because you can actually see what I'm doing a lot better. But I didn't, I got a black one. So you screw this one in, and now that corner stock is locked in there, and it's actually got more weight to it. And that's how that works. I've never ever seen a mechanism quite like that before. And this is a corner stock right here. You can see that it is hollow. You can see right through this thing, and it comes apart too. If I can figure it out, there we go. And so it's basically just a cap and a stem. So as you can see, this cube is very hollow, and it was extremely light before I added the screws, and even now it's still pretty light, even though I added the screws. And I gotta say though, like, it's definitely not the best cube on the market. I thought that it was gonna be a lot better, to be honest. It's definitely not a die-ion cube. It does, you know, I don't know, this is the Alpha 5, and the Alpha 5 turns pretty good as well. Doing my T-perms again. I would say that it is just as good as the Alpha 5. It's a different design, but I don't think that it is better than the Alpha 5. I think it's the same. It's just the hype about it is because of the design. It's a very, very original design, and I got to commend them for that too. I mean, no cube has ever looked like this before. So anyways, guys, that's my review. Do I recommend getting this? Sure, if you, you're a collector like I am, or you're just kind of curious to see what all the hype was about. But I gotta be honest, it doesn't really do it for me, and I think I'm gonna stick with my zhanchi. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Alright everybody, this video's question comes from Arenbow, who asks, what do you say to yourself when you're cubing? Please leave your answers in the comment section below. I also want you to ask a question that might get picked for next week for everybody else to answer. Again, please leave your questions and answers in different comments. And last week's question was, what would you do for a Klondike bar? And here are some of your answers. So I'll do an algorithm and show you that the cube doesn't really lock up that much. Define irony. So this is the Alpha 5, or Alpha CC. So as you can see, these pieces are square and these pieces are not. Wait, the other way around. So I really don't think that this one puts up to the Diane, or lives up to it. I give up.